All right, guys, good morning. Let's try to make some sense of this GDP report. Okay, if you guys don't know what GDP is, it's basically gross domestic product report. It came out today, June 29th, 2022. And here's the data, guys. The gross domestic product, GDP, decreased at an annual rate of 1.6% in the first quarter of 2022. All right. So the last few quarters obviously have been looking good. We've been positive, but we did decrease for quarter one. Now, let me just work this out with you guys. Are we all going to freak out? Are we all going to sell everything we have? I don't think so, because here's the deal. We need to actually have 2 consecutive quarters for this to be considered a recession. And what data do we have to prove that? We've got this right here. The term recession was originally introduced in 1974 by Julius Shiskin, who was commissioner of the Bureau of Labor Statistics at the time. The definition of a recession, listen carefully here, is 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth. Okay, we have officially got our first negative quarter of GDP growth, down 1.6%. Okay, let's continue here. The last time we ended up getting a negative report was in the first quarter of 2022, January, February, March. Interesting here. Okay, we'll take a look at that. So March ends up putting us right over here. So here's a kind of a theory. I'm looking at March 31st right here. So we're looking at January. January is right over here. Let's call it like January 30th, pushing up, and then boom, we got the crash. And then we've got January, February, March, April, May, June. Okay, and June's over here. Okay, obviously it was done by the time this came out. That is why this is very interesting. If we go back to this article right here and we look at this, GDP is a lagging indicator. And herein lies the problem, everybody. GDP is, by definition, a lagging indicator. In the past, we have seen recessions that were over before showing up in the data. For example, the COVID recession began in February 2020 and was just 2 months, and was over just 2 months later. In other words, it began and ended before it showed in quarterly data. Okay? In fact, the shortest recession in U.S. history. So here's the point that I want to tell you guys about. We've been talking about this a lot. If quarter 2 comes out and it is negative, that doesn't necessarily mean that after the second report, just because by definition, it means that we're in a recession with 2 negative quarterly reports back to back. It could definitely happen before then, okay? Just as it did over here. What they were trying to explain to us is if we look at January, February, March, okay? And then you go January, February, March, April, May, June. If you look at June, yes, those are 2 negative reports in a row. But look how much it climbed since then. And the crash happened within the first quarter. So that I don't want us to put a ton of weight on that. What could be happening is we may actually see the impact of this a lot sooner than having to wait for the quarter 2 reports to come out. So what are we going to do? What I've been doing, what I've been telling you guys that we should be doing over here is buying the dip. So I'm buying the dip pretty strong right now. Yesterday, I ended up injecting $7,500 into the crypto account. And every single day, I'm going to be buying crypto as much as I possibly can on Coinbase that will allow me to transfer from my bank account. And I'll be buying between $50,000 to $100,000 worth. I think this market is ready for a move back up. And if it's not, I'm going to be very wise over here. And we're going to use buy limits to get into some ridiculous positions here. Because you guys, as I mentioned yesterday to our members, and if you guys are members, make sure you guys are signed up over here. I'm giving you guys a lot of stuff these days, just coming out and sharing with you guys literally every single one of my entries yesterday, all the buy limits I used for all these new places I'm injecting money into the market. You guys will get access to that with the membership over here, okay? Let's do this. I actually want to go over the charts this morning and take a quick look at this. So let's take a look at Bitcoin at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. These charts will update. So we probably have about 10 more minutes here. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin at the moment, we want to watch this morning, but if we take a look at the live price here, we are moving down just a tad bit. This was pretty predictable in here. Our indicator here, trend exhaustion, actually looks at the structures of crypto and says, okay, is the actual structure of crypto overextended in the market and due for a move back down? Yeah, it definitely was. And this is what we use to actually call drops before they happen. We can see up here, if you guys just simply look, when this white line's in the top red section, this is where you need to start looking for drops back down, okay? You guys can have these indicators. They're in the description. Use them for your own. They work on stocks, cryptos, Forex, everything, okay? But conversely, we need to look at this. When this structure is oversold here and the whales are selling in the market, which is where the green line is going down, guys, the large transactions out there, that's when we're looking for market reversals back up. Okay, so let me explain this real quick because you guys can actually judge this in the market and you guys can watch this. What I want everyone to watch for on Bitcoin is this. We are starting to move back down and getting to a really nice sweet spot again where I think we're going to get a pretty decent bounce back up. Okay, that spot is when trend exhaustion hits the bottom red section here and well money flows down here. Okay, I want you guys to watch this because I don't know if I'm going to be able to cover all of this. Okay, it's when this is low and when this is low as well. That basically was calling the bottoms over here before we saw this move back up. And we also saw it call the bottom over here, and it moved up right after that. Obviously, the wick value down, then we saw the move up. Okay, so if we're going to hit a bottom, I believe the springboard action is going to happen not necessarily at a specific number, but when the actual technicals show us that we're looking for a move back up. Okay, super amazing indicators. Those are in the description. Snag them. You guys would love them. Okay, let's go over to the charts now. Taking a look at this. What we're seeing right now is about a 65% chance of move back up. Is that huge? No, it's not huge at all. Like I like to see when this pushes into a 90 to 100. So I want you guys to observe something. I want you to observe the 90 to 100. I want you to observe 90 to 100, and I want you to observe these moves down here. Okay. Here's what I want you guys to watch for, is that when we get down to these lower areas, sometimes we may move back down and start seeing a move back up here, but there's other times like this spot right here where we've absolutely nailed the bottom of crypto. This is a wick value that moved down super far and shot straight back up. This metric over here is showing us the percent likelihood of a reversal in the market. It is the best one we've ever coded and we can find. It is better than RSI, Stochastic, MACD, Money Flow Index, Chalk and Money Flow. We compared it to all of them. It is insane. Okay, so I want you guys to watch for this. The next time this bar comes down here between 90 to 100, I believe that's going to push us down to around this support here. Excuse me, guys. Down to around this support here where we're going to be looking for that double bottom bounce back up. If it does go lower, I have a prediction down here that the lowest we're probably going to head before a decent move back up looking like something like this is probably right around 15,000, and I'm looking to get in just above 15,000 at 15,100, and I called this out yesterday to all of our members if you guys are with me on the Telegram channel as well as with the membership. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, guys. Market's heading down. Let's see if the market responds positive or negative to the report. It already moved down yesterday prior to the report, so let's see if we get a move up or move back down. So that's what we're watching for, guys. Indicators are in the description. Membership is available for you guys to access all these trade setups for every single one of these coins, guys. Again, I'm going to be extremely active in the inside tips page over here. If my money clears today in Coinbase, I'm buying more coins, guys, and I'll show you guys the exact entries that I get into, and I'll let you guys know that. And I'll be calling out probably trade calls for the next, well, let's see, if I do $100,000 and I do $5,000 a day, we're talking about the next 20 days. I will be getting in here and using the most precise entries of crypto to buy this dip in order to stock up on this for what I believe is the best time to be buying crypto. We're going to be buying these 8 coins. We're buying 88. 100% we're buying 88. Man, look how low this is. We're going to buy this. We're buying Doge. So honestly, guys, if you want to get in here and trade with me, the next 20 days are going to be probably the most important. Seriously, because I'm going to be putting live money in here and I'll be showing this to you guys over here. And this is the money I put in yesterday. And we're just going to add more and more and more and more and more money over here because we're buying the dip as announced in yesterday's video. So snag that membership, guys. I'll keep you updated with everything. I love you. God bless you. Have an amazing, amazing day. And I'll see you guys later. There's membership in the description. Bye, guys.